Hey, what's up, guys? Today I'm gonna make a video on the easiest way to upgrade your evolution players and how to make a good domination team without spending as much MT as I have. So first of all, I'm gonna make a new lineup. Just gonna make it vid. Doesn't matter. So these are my point guards, but you get. So I would hop on maybe some. Okay, what? Okay, I gotta make the lineup first. So I think with the first 3 tokens you get, you should just grind out. It's not that hard to get tokens. You can begin the first beginner challenge. Welcome to LA weekly challenge. You get 3 tokens. And then I would pick up 81 Steve Kerr. He's got really good shooting stats, 94 3-pointer, 88 mid-range, and that's really all you need for a point guard playing domination, so you have someone to rely on. And I think one that's really pretty easy to get is this Dwayne Wade card. So this is an evolution card. He starts off at an 80, and you get him by doing these challenges that I'll show you in a bit. These are just cards that I've spent my MT on. I think small forward, like if you can probably beat the first division, you could probably beat at least one of the teams, and if you beat OKC, they're not that hard. You can get this 80 Terrence Ferguson evolution card. He's a pretty good card. He's pretty tall. He's a decent shooter. He can dunk. He's pretty fast. You can upgrade him to an 84, which is always good. And I think power forward, probably one of the better power forwards I've used is this 86 Blake Griffin card. He can shoot. You just got to get used to his release. He's a really good dunker. He can grab boards. He can do everything. And then center-wise, I think if you spend another 3K or 3 tokens, you either get Zhao Qi. He can do everything. He's tall. Or Boban. Boban grabs boards. He just blocks people. He's really good under the net if that's who you like playing with. But and then on the bench, it's not. Yeah, I'm just gonna put players right here, and then we'll edit this after. I'm just gonna show you guys. So this is how you get the Dwayne Wade. So you go to challenges, then you go to weekly. So you could also get first challenge, welcome to LA, you get 3 tokens. And then once you beat the whole week, you get 6, so that's 9 tokens right there. And there's spotlight challenges, these are the ones. So I would not recommend doing this unless you have a lot of MT, because the further along you get, the more MT you have to spend, because you're eventually going to need 91 Carmelo, 90 Tim Duncan, a whole bunch of these cards. It's gonna make you spend a lot of MT. So I would just do the first one, the intro challenge. You get an 80 Dwayne Wade. It's not that hard to level him up. And then it would go to the card evolution. He starts off like this is him right now. I need 7 more steals, couple like 200, just over 200 points, and play 6 more games, and I get his Ruby version. Then after his Ruby, I'll be able to unlock his Amethyst. So it's really not that hard. So it's just gonna take a bit of time. And after every domination team you beat, you get a free Emerald that eventually levels up to a Sapphire, which you could also edit back to your team. So I think bench players, I would also, like, if you're just new to the game, I would recommend picking 80 Tracy McGrady, because he's pretty good at an 80 overall, and I would run him at shooting guard. Actually, it's up to you. Like, you have to try him out. But small forward wise, I think, like, I don't have him, but there's some good small forwards out there. Just a cheap one, like Sapphires. Jimmy Butler is not that bad. Like, he has a decent 3-pointer, but if you're someone like me who sometimes relies on the 3 to just get them back up and make sure they have a good lead to carry off of, I would get this It's I think he's considered a power forward. I think. Okay, well it's Jason Tatum. I would recommend getting Jason Tatum. He's got a glitchy release. He's really good. He's just not filtering right now. It's kind of weird. But there's an 83 Jason Tatum. I would run him at small forward. So I think this was a decent lineup. I'd say Steve Kerr, got Boban and Blake crash the boards. They're also pretty good on offense. Really good at dunking. You'll have, 80 Dwayne Wade. Doesn't take a lot to level him up. Steve Kerr, you'll be able to rely on the three-pointer. Jason Tatum, just good all around. Maybe just get maybe if you want Jimmy Butler, if you want DeMar DeRozan. And then the bench doesn't really matter. Like, you can maybe get some emeralds or sapphires. Just whatever you like. But, starting lineup. That's really it. So, card evolution's not that hard. You just have to follow the challenges. I would recommend doing them I would recommend starting Dwayne Wade once you do it, because Dwayne Wade is good at an 80 overall. He can practically do everything. There's one challenge. It was pretty difficult. There's one challenge that's pretty difficult. It was you have to dunk with Dwayne Wade, but he's also 6'4", and his 80 only overall only has a 45 driving dunk and a 30 standing dunk, so it's pretty difficult. So I would just go in a triple threat online game. Let's see, I still have him in my lineup. I just threw him on and just threw lobs to him the whole game while he was running to the net, and eventually he just caught one and went in. So it's just gonna be mainly you just gotta focus on being patient. That's the key to that challenge. But it's really cool. Say I don't have Tatum, but let's just say Ferguson. You could use Ferguson as long as you beat OKC. But say you have the best players you can get with 10k MT or 15k or under, if that's what you're willing to spend. You can get Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin's probably 3k. He's pretty good. Boban, I would just stick with Boban. He's a solid center. He just plays his position. Dwayne Wade's worth keeping on and leveling him up. Steve Kerr's free because he's tokens. And small forwards, if you guys were willing to spend another card you can get is, he's always a glitch in Domination. It's Kristaps Porzingis. He is pretty expensive. He's 15k. But he's really good for doing pick and fades. So basically what a pick and fade is, you call a screen with L1, then you tap R1 to fade, then it's practically a pick and roll, but your big man or whoever you do it with will send back to the free throw line and he'll be wide open, and all you have to do is, pull up from there. It's not that hard. But he's good. If you have the MT, I would recommend him. But if you do not, Zauchi, the Emerald reward is pretty good. But I think if you wanted to look into a decent, Sapphire, look at a Sapphire card. I think Jimmy Butler can't really shoot, but this Jimmy Butler card's not the best. But if you're someone like me who likes to have a shooter on their team to always rely on, you might need to, look at emeralds, small forwards. There's some really good shooters. Bojan Bogdanovic is a really good shooter, 85 three-pointer, and his release is money. I recommend using him. He's probably a decent small forward to have. Chris Middleton, he's got 79 three-pointer. He's getting really good shooting stats. So I think if you had Bogdanovic, that would be a decent team. But that's just me. That's under, that's a under 15,000 MT team, just to start off, and then you'll eventually get free evolution players for every team you beat. Start getting more MT, start getting more contracts, and you could, start upgrading to your sapphires. Then end up getting, just keep grinding But all these cards, I've been playing for a couple days. I got the Legend Edition. I ripped 2 rubies in packs, and then I bought Kawhi. It wasn't that hard to buy, just had to play. But this is my lineup right now. This is my main lineup. It's decent. I really like this Dwayne Wade card. This 84 Dwayne Wade is really good. I recommend spending your time and leveling him up because it'll be worth it in the end. Once you get that amethyst, he will be unstoppable. So yeah, that's gonna be it. And yeah, see.